Test, test. Okay, great. Everything's alive. Thanking God. Holy. Wi-Fi cuts out halfway in the middle of the stream. It's probably because of my Ethernet cable. I'm starting to use my Ethernet cable again. It's really annoying. Sorry. I've been starting to use my Ethernet cable because I find I get slightly better ping on servers if I use my Ethernet cable, like slightly, like 10 milliseconds better. It's like not a big difference. The problem with my Ethernet cable, it constantly fucking disconnects. And so I don't like to use it because it's super inconsistent. And I get like the same, like my stream is like the same quality on Wi-Fi versus on Ethernet. It really like literally does not matter. I get the same, I get the same stream speed. My stream looks the same. The problem is that I like it for better server performance. Problem is it disconnects like a bitch. And so it'll just like unplug itself and then randomly replug itself. Super annoying. I don't like to deal with it anymore. Hi. I'm talking a lot. And I realize that. I got a lot of things I want to speak on. I have a lot of things I want to speak on. I have ideas. I've been having a lot of ideas. It's not a good thing, by the way. I don't like having a lot of ideas. Because I have ideas, I never have enough time to do any of them. So I have like this idea, I need to create an idea bank, which is like all the things I'd like to do at some point in the future. I had all the ideas that I have of cool things that I want to do. I hate it. I hate having so many ideas and not nearly enough time to do all the ideas that I want to do. I hate it. This sucks, by the way, if you're wondering. I'm finding music. This will be good enough. Okay, let's play Red Ball. I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to Oh, hello, chat, too. Red Ball. Bam, let's load up my Red Ball. That is just not it. Here we go. All right. Hi, everybody. What's up? What's up, everybody? Let's talk. Let's talk about stuff. Because there's just so much stuff to talk about. Why don't we talk more about stuff? I've been asking this question. First, let's talk a little bit about Red Ball. Even though, we do that a lot. I'm going to stop practicing certain levels because I don't think I need to. Like level 6, I'm going to wait until full practice. Level 7, I'm going to wait until practice. I'm just going to wait for stuff to happen. I'm going to wait for level 6, wait to practice level 7. I'm going to wait to... I'm going to do level 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to do 3, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to skip 6 and 7 for later, okay? Because I think it's just going to save me some more time and give me more time practicing like game runs. I think that's just better for everybody involved. 3. Am I playing... Oh, this is not the practice version. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I wanted to talk about... First of all, I wanted to talk about characters. You want to talk about characters? Let's talk about characters. Because there's an event coming up. A little Minecraft event. And you know Sheep003, a known Minecraft event player. We all know this. This is a known fact about Sheep003. He plays in Minecraft events. Why does he do such a thing? None can really say, but here I am. And so, because this is kind of a hardcore RP event, that means I kind of have to have a hardcore RP character. And I was thinking, because basically I've been hanging out with the boy. And the boy in this particular instance is Sed. Sed is the boy. And so he's like, yo, I got a fucking plan. Fucking come along. We're going to be the big baddies. I'm like, hell yeah, baby. Let's fucking make this season cool. So he invited a bunch of people onto this group chat. And I'm like, okay, so half these people are not going to play. That's my impression. I don't think half of these people are going to play. I don't know. I haven't heard half of them talk, and I don't think half of them have time. Most of those people have, like, lives or other shit that they want to do that's not this. So I'm like, okay, I don't think they're playing, but hey, ball out. So I will play. And I'm like, okay, so how much do I want to tie myself to set? Because I am always down for the cause. If there's one thing that Sheep003 is, it's a down bitch. I'm always a down bitch. You know this about me. I'm always a down bitch. And I'm thinking how much would I be down? Because I also need like my own character besides like being part of this collective. So I'm like, okay, how can I be a bad guy? So initially I was thinking like, okay. Because like my initial plan was, if this whole like group thing doesn't work out, which I didn't think it was going to happen at all, I thought, why not just be a little sneaky boy? Why not just be a little sneaky guy? Just sneak around, thieve, spy, get caught, probably get murdered. Pretty inconsequential character in the grand scheme of things. That's what I was thinking. Now, unfortunately, my characters have a fucking tendency of becoming like more recognizable, and that's kind of annoying. I don't like that, but it does tend to happen. Maybe that's because I'm goated, but it will happen. So I assumed that was going to happen. Like I would just become more recognizable. But you're rambling. I am rambling. But I'm going to get to the point, I promise. I have a point here. Okay. So, quick recap. Event was happening. I need a character. The character was going to be based on a group. That group wasn't really going to happen until it did happen. So now the group is happening, but I don't think it's going to really be that powerful, right? The thing with this group is that we wanted it to be powerful and have enough members to be like a major force in the event. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to have enough people to be like a major thing. But that doesn't mean that we can't be cool and interesting and fun and quirky. So I thought, okay, what does my character need to do? And again, back to one of the defining points of me. I'm a down bitch. I'm a down bitch for anything. And I said, okay, if I'm going to do this group, I'm going to do this group. So I have decided to make my character the biggest fucking Ced Glazer of all time. That is my character. My character is I glaze Ced. Why do I glaze Ced? Well, I thought like pretty simple backstory. Because there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but basically, my character was a kid like 20 years ago, and then the person who took me in and gave me parenting and fathering and whatever was Ced, and so now I basically just worship him because he's good. Because my parents died. Because of course my parents have to die. Because having parents who are alive is just so boring and lame. It makes you such a stable individual. That's no fun. So I'm still going to keep the aspects of me being like a sneaky little bitch and like sneaking around and spying on people and whatnot, but I'm doing it with the purpose of making Ced's dreams come true. I am basically his little liaison of destruction and death and chaos, basically. I am his liaison of chaos. That is going to be my character. And I think it's going to be good for me specifically because I think I have a tendency to do very good at glazing roles. When it's my job to just be a down bitch, do what other people say, and basically glaze during these events, I think I do really well at it because, again, I'm just down to not be the main character. I have reverse main character syndrome. I don't want to be the main character. And thank God for that. Not only do I have reverse main character syndrome, I have reverse like any character syndrome. I don't need to be like a character. I think so many people just want to be special. So many people want to be special in these events. And that's not like to their detriment. I don't think that's a bad thing to want to be special. But so many people want to carve out their own little niche in this world. It means that everybody has to kind of engage with everybody else's RP, and it means that nobody else can really get like the shine, right? Because in these events, the only thing that really works to make these events goated is when one person gets like, or a couple people get like big shine. Leaders, groups, soldiers, like individual people who get the shine, and everybody's like, yeah, this guy's goated. It means that the entire event, it becomes much more interesting because everybody can kind of like, I don't know, there's like focal points, and so we can all kind of revolve around those focal points. I do not like being a focal point. I found that I do better basically elevating other focal points, basically making other focal points more important. And I do that by basically just being a good citizen. It's my civic duty to help other people do what they want to do. And so it ultimately means that my characters maybe have a little bit less personality, but ultimately it makes the event better because I can just kind of sit back and just do whatever I need to do to make sure, right? And it also means that I don't really like to choose. I don't like to decide a lot of what my characters do beforehand. I think that's a thing that a lot of people, like some people will fucking write pages of lore about their character. I think that is kind of boring, and I think that's kind of lame. Because in these events, you're very much like, this is very much like improv, right? You don't know what other people's RP is. You don't know what other people's lore is. You only know what your lore is, and so your job is to figure out what other people's lore is. If you don't have a lot of clearly defined lore, it's a lot easier to fit yourself into other people's lore, right? Let's say, for example, right, I'm with Ced, and Ced is like, oh, I remember that time we went fishing. And I'm like, okay, he remembers that time we went fishing. If I had a clearly defined, like a very intricate lore piece, I'd be like, well, no, actually, we couldn't have gone fishing because at that time I was having a very deep character introspection moment while looking into a fucking puddle, and so we absolutely could not have gone fishing at that time. I think you're misremembering. And like that's lame. That's boring. That's no fun. When my character is kind of a little bit more ill-defined, a little bit more loose, I'm able to say, yeah, I do remember that time we went fishing. You caught a fucking big-ass carp that fed us for 3 days. See? And then the whole RP is better, because not only does it mean that I get to become more interconnected with other characters, it makes the world feel more real, but it also elevates other people's characters. I get to elevate other people, I get to make them major players and focal points. It means that everybody else can kind of revolve around their sphere of influence, because I was the one who could bolster that sphere of influence. I helped make them important, right? That's cool. That is cool. Also, I trust that. Whenever I'm locked, the problem with locking myself down to like one fucking group is that I kind of have to be a down bitch for that group. And if it's a bad group, then I get super mega screwed and shit becomes boring. And so ultimately, I kind of become this kind of wandering person because I don't really want to interact with the group too much because they are boring. I think that's kind of what happened last event. Now, it worked out. But I was kind of bored. And that happens in a lot of events. I think the best events are events where I like kind of attach my wagon to the right train. And they're able to drag me to success. I'm able to like boost them, right? I'm able to push their cart to success. And it's good quality content. And I hope that by attaching my cart to said, I can kind of be attached to the train of success and interestingness, and hopefully somebody who is going to be like, yeah, I understand that this guy needs fucking content and wants content, and he's going to ball out and do some crazy shit, and I also want to ball out and do some crazy shit because it ultimately makes the whole event more interesting. So that is what we're doing. Now the big thing that I'm looking for right now is names. When do the speedruns begin? Oh boy, we are practicing for a while. Speedruns are not my main focus. It's practice. Sorry, I was rambling a lot. Hey, do you have any good character names, Oh Cloudy? I need a character. I need a name for a character. Preferably somebody from like a medieval, like a kind of like a medieval name. Or like at least a cool name. Because last event I had a character named Gage. And Gage was, I think, a pretty cool name. I think Gage was a cool name. Because it wasn't like so overused to the point that it was cringe. But it also wasn't so like wacky to the point of stupidity, right? It wasn't generic, it wasn't wacky. And so it kind of fit in between, right? There's not a whole lot of characters named Gage. And I'm like, okay, so this is cool. Now I need to find another character name. And I don't know what I want to go for. I was thinking about like Daniel, but Daniel Daniel fucking is lame. Daniel's a lame character name, okay? Nobody wants to be fucking named Daniel. I was also thinking about being named Cinder, but I think Cinder kind of falls too hard into the cringe category of names, where it's like you are trying so hard to be cool, and it's just not. Daniel's too generic. Cinder is too cringe. And I don't know if I can find a name that kind of can thread the difference, right? You understand what I'm getting at here. Maybe you're just overthinking me. Maybe I am, but I think Gage was a goated name. Just pick a name. Well, I want it to be fucking sick, bro. I don't want to be fucking George. No offense to George. Hey guys, there goes George. George the sneak thief. George the guy who lockpicks into chests and sneaks around and gathers information that he's not supposed to have. That's my entire character, bro. And I'm supposed to be George the fucking thief. No thief is named George, bro. No thief is named George. I've had a history of choosing pretty good names. Like, the only empire that I ever ran in one of these events was called, what's it called? I forgot. It was like the Latin name for sheep, and it was kind of sick. It sounded really good. I think it's Ovis. Yeah, Ovis. Ovis was sick. Ovis was a sick name. Should I just look up cool character names? Cool character names, bro. Shit would be crazy. Because the problem is, like, whenever you go to, like, the medieval name generators, they're all so lame, dude. They're all, like, Sir Lancelot. And I'm like, okay, bro. Sir Lancelot? That's what my name should be? That's what my character name should be? Sir Lancelot? Really? Hold on. Cool names. Cool RP character names. How do you guys come up with... Oh, slash RPG. Hell yeah, this is going to be a goated subreddit. Maybe I can just yoink somebody else's name. FantasyNameGenerator.com. Who in Avatar name generator? Bleach name generator? Destiny name? Gorlok. Gorlok the Destroyer. Doctor Who. DC Comic. Dune. Why do they have so many different... What is Eve? Eve Online character generator. This website is awful. I hate this website. Who designed this UI? Halo name generators. Hell yeah, baby. Forerunner. Wow. Forerunner. Ungoy. This is actually fucking awful. Please. Please be so dead ass, bro. Freak. Bro, this website is actually so cheeks. Dude, somebody named a character Imprego. Imprego? Oh no, not Imprego, dude. Okay, maybe I shouldn't go here. Jamal. That might have... I don't know about that one. Fucking Imprego. See, okay, and then there are just people that are like so, like, they just complicate the fuck out of things. Sodersvik? Why do I need to, like, have a PhD in pronunciation to fucking read your name? Jamal? I don't like Jamal. See, Gage was goated. I thought Gage was a sick name. Gage, top 2 names of all time. It's not 2. Because I'm allowed to be a little bit more, like, stupid. I'm allowed to be a little bit more crazy with my naming. You wouldn't name your kid Gage. Maybe you would name your kid Gage. Would you name your kid Gage? I don't think so. Gage. Just spell it differently. Dude, the mods would fucking kill me because they know exactly who I am. They know exactly who I am. Kieran? Kieran could be good. Kieran. Oh, let's go on to Pinterest. Oh, hell yeah. This is the place to be. Gender neutral names. London. Pax. Winter. Oh, winter. Greer. Jet. Oh man, I'd love to be a Jet. Unfortunately, fucking Valorant. McKinley. Jude. Corey. Sawyer. Scotty. They're all generic. Boring ass fucking names, bro. Dark feminine names. Dolores is your dark feminine name. Mysterious names. Oh, hell yeah. Selk. Hane. Oh, Hane is actually... I read Hane. I'm like, it's actually not bad. See, I was thinking Cinder. I think Cinder is a little too... Maybe... I'm trying... Because I think Cinder is a cool name. I just worry it's a little too cringe. I'm not trying to be cringe. I'm not trying to be cringe. It also sounds a little bit feminine, you know? My character is very clearly male because I'm a dude. I'm a big fucking dude. There's a furry on Twitch named Cinder. Another reason not to be Cinder. Don't ask how I know. I'm not. I already know how you know. Oh, Ruby? Ruby's a good name, but also it's a name of a character in an anime, and also there was a girl in my high school who was named Ruby, and she had a badass. Don't tell... See, the problem is that when you get down in Pinterest, you just start seeing pictures of hot people and just names on the top. That's all I'm seeing. Arlo. Arlo's kind of sick. I might fuck with Arlo. Okay, see, I'm learning a lot. See, this is going to be an ongoing thing. I need to find a good name. Nobody wants to have a lame name. Nobody wants to have a lame name. It's a fact. Okay, so that's my first thing. I'll probably talk about this more later. Joe. One of the people at my job is named Joe, but he's like 60. So, haven't met a Joe that was really a bad guy. All the Joes that I've met in my life have been pretty decent people. I don't know why. It's just kind of been a trend, you know. Joe is always a nice guy. Jesus, I really just licked the tip there. Sagey. My old username back in the day used to be Yuki. Sage. Ooh. But there's also another Valorant character also. There's there's already a pre-made civilization called Sagebrush in the event. And so I'm kind of cooked there. No Sage. I don't know. I kind of fuck with Arlo. Damn, what a fat tab that was. I might just run it with Arlo. I think Arlo without the W. I think it's a cleaner spelling. I think the W makes it look messy. I think just Arlo, no W. Clean. Short, clean. Ain't that bad. Alright, I think I'll run that. Dude, I still have to fucking write like a pair. Bro, these fucking mods, I get why they're so hardcore about this RP stuff because I want it to be good, but holy shit, I gotta write like fucking 2 paragraphs about this shit. I have to write 2 paragraphs about my fucking characters. I'm like, holy shit, bro. Like, bro, you know that I'm good for it. You know that my character is gonna be fire. Trust. I'm like sitting here like, mods, dude, it's gonna be sick, bro. Trust the process. I'm a thief. Well, I'm thief second and glazer first. Remember, my character is built to glaze, which again is what I do good. So I'm gonna be a great glazer, and then you know maybe they kill my adopted father, and then I can go on a revenge tour. There's just so many like kind of obvious places I can take this character without being the star of the show. I can just go on a fucking revenge arc. It's so easy. Maybe my father betrays me, and then I get locked up because my dad betrayed me, and then I go through an emotional distress arc where I become a loner and I hide from society because my father nobody long. This is great. You are meant for this, bro. I'm good at RP, bro. All right, like I said, because I think I understand it better than other people. I think I understand the premise. I get the idea of RP, right? It's so easy to be a good character when your job is not to be when you don't have main character syndrome. The biggest crime that you can have in any of these fucking civ events is having main character syndrome. I am blessed by not having to fucking care about being the fucking main character. I'm not the main character. In fact, I don't care about being the main character. In fact, sometimes I actively do not want to be the main character because it takes so much fucking work. Because I was the main character one time, and it was so fucking busy. Holy shit. I remember the one event that I was the main character. I was like definitively, I am the guy. Holy shit, bro. I had so much, because I was leading a nation, which means I had to sign up on, like, everyone was like, yo, I want to do this, I want to do this. I'm like, I got to sign up on everything. I had to get in calls with other leaders, like, hey, what are we going to do? What's the plan? Hey, it's like, oh my God, so much bullshit you have to deal with whenever you're the main character. There's so many things. It's so busy. Shit is fun. Yeah, it is fun when you have the time. I don't have the time. I am cursed with employment, Cloudy, okay? I am cursed with employment. I'd like to be the main character, but I'm not built for it. And honestly, I could just be a side character. It sounds funny. You gotta start playing in Minecraft events. The problem is getting into Minecraft events now is like, maybe it's the worst time ever to get into Minecraft events. Currently unemployed and unplugged for now. Hey. I don't know if you're actively searching for employment. But just, I don't know. Just go to school. I guess school's ending. Or I guess school is like ending. It's summer vacation. Like, about nowsers. That's crazy, dude. I'm going into summer. There is no vacation for me. I'm not taking a vacation this summer. I'm going to be working like fucking a year straight, basically. Going crazy on that bitch. Yeah, so having no summer vacation is kind of crazy. I'll have a lot of sick time, but I want to kind of save that so that when I eventually quit my job, I can just kind of get paid out a lot. That's my plan. I can get paid out, kind of live off that while I'm finding a new job, because this job is not something I can stay at long term. And I think if I stay at it longer than a year, I kind of start locking myself out of like certain opportunities. Because right now I have this political science degree that I think is like, it's my ticket to a new industry, an industry that might actually like be worth my time, as opposed to film and shit. And so I think because of that, I can kind of use that. I don't know. Another opportunity kind of reared its head. Gonna become a scientist? Damn. Don't scientists become... Aren't scientists like broke? Broke, and also you just work at... And also you just teach... Being a scientist is just like being a teacher, yeah? Because that's the only way you can get people to fund your fucking research, by fucking teaching some shit. Becoming a lab professor. I don't know. I have a sibling who's also becoming a scientist, and because the problem is that whenever my sibling talks about being a scientist, my mom was also a scientist, and so they both can yap it up about science and shit. I'm like, I don't understand a thing. They're talking about like, you know, separating strands of DNA from fucking samples, and I'm like, just goes over my head. I'm stupid. I do social science. Believe it or not, doing social science has kind of made me a little bit more of a sociable person than those two. Those two are kind of just like, they can be little nerds sometimes. I'm just great. I'm business. I'm businessman. I can be businessman. It's great. Business and food technology. Being a business major, I hear it's easy. I don't know why you're taking a business college class when you can, you know, Andrew Tate's business class is like 10x cheaper and is so much better for you, right? Come on, man. You gotta start thinking smart with your money, man. Still in grade 10, damn, you're fucked. Fucking child. Kiddo. Well, I mean, the thing that sucks about high school is that all you're doing is kind of like in service of college. When you get old, like me, old and fucking decrepit and egg shit, you start to realize like high school is like fucking nothing. High school is like a nothing thing. A nothing burger of a thing. You're just grinding super hard to get to college. And when in reality, just go to like, I don't know, go to some basic bitch school. That's honestly my best fucking thing. I think so many people try super hard to get into like a really good college. I don't know, bro. Going to a super, like, I got accepted to the college that I thought I wanted to go to in 9th grade, and I didn't even go to it because I'm like, this place is like fucking nerd shit. It seems super boring. It's not even a grind. Well, it was a grind for me. All college is college? Not exactly. Certainly, like there's a reason why people grind to get into the best colleges. It's because there is prestige and there's worth to going to specific colleges, right? And it's not because like any college gives you a better education. It's two reasons why you want to go to a better college. First of all, it looks better on a resume. Second of all, you get more opportunities to make friends with more important people. Important colleges invite important people to talk. or speak or just kind of be there. And because you get to exist in that important college, you get to meet more important people, form relationships with more important people, and eventually hopefully build connections that will eventually gain you things, okay? The most important thing you can do in college is network, okay? Your degree means fucking nothing. Network. Especially in this day and age. Especially in this economy. Networking is fucking everything, dude. And I'm not kidding about that. Okay? The most important thing I could ever give advice to for any person who's trying to go to college. Network, network, network. That's your job. Network like crazy. It is the most important thing you will do in college. Meet people. It's not very fun. It's not very flattering, but it is what you do, okay? Your degree is being a minor part. It's resume fodder. That's all it is. It is in the USA. That's how it is, I think, everywhere. Because humans are the same everywhere. The reason why networking is important is because humans are fucking social creatures. And people say, oh my god, nepotism gets this job. Oh, they only give jobs to the people they're friends with. Yeah, they give jobs to the people they're friends with. Because they're friends with them. So you know, so you want to know how to get the jobs that only the people who are friends with the important people get? You be friends with the important people. There are fucking frat bros who did nothing in college but drink hard liquor and party all day, and now they're working at Fortune 500 companies at top management positions. Do you know why? Because they were friends with the important people, and that's all you have to do, bro. I'm being very dead ass here. Okay? Okay? Your technical skills only mean something if you're like the best of the best. And Cloudy, I don't know you. I don't know you like that. But I can take a fucking hot guess that you are not the best at the best. I can take a guess that you are not the best of the best at what you do. Maybe you are. Maybe you're fucking insanely goated at whatever you do. But you're probably not. So your job is not to fucking be average. Your job is to make friends with the people who are the best of the best, so that eventually you'll fucking get a job. I'm dumb as fuck. Exactly. I was also dumb as fuck. Me and you are the same, except I was more dumb because I didn't network enough in college. I stayed in my fucking room and I streamed all day. Terrible decision, by the way. Believe it or not, streaming all day does not exactly gain you a lot of friends. And now look at me. Your cheeks are like peanut butter, smooth and easy to spread. I wish that was true. But nobody seems to want to do it, Scoozy Booby Milk. Okay? So I don't know what to fucking tell you. There was a guy at the... I would... No, you would not. You child who's probably in my Twitch chat talking about doing sexual acts to me, and you're gonna get me in prison for flirting with a minor? Stop that shit. Quit that. I'm over the age of 18. It's done. I'm done. You've doomed my career, Scuzzy. Scuzz. You've ruined me. Why would you do this? No. I don't think now is not the time to talk about my lack of bitches, I think. Now is not the time to talk about my lack of bitches. Career. Don't worry. Per Red Bull, as I fail level 9 every single time. Kind of hard to be a professional when I suck this bad, my brother. It could be worse, you know? It could be worse. It's true. At least you aren't homeless? Yeah, bro. Shout out to my mom and dad for being fucking rich, I guess. Smile. I make less than a McDonald's worker. Why do I not get the fucking jump, bro? Dude, I am so sick of just getting fucked at that jump. I don't know why it keeps happening. I think it's because I'm jumping super late. I think I just need to start jumping like way earlier, like bam. And then I get the jump. And I also get a good... I just need to start jumping early. That's my problem. See, then I get screwed on the cycle, dude. Damn. What is happening to my level 9? Maybe I just need to wait? See, that's good. That's a good cycle. I'll get cycle here. No, how? What? No cycle? Bro. Oh, level 9. Why do you fuck me like this? I know there's a frame perfect that gives me a perfect setup. Maybe I should just learn how to do that. Is that the secret to level 9? I don't want to learn how to do the fucking frame perfect, dude. I won't release shortly after the first jump. Well, you want me to like hold like super hard? Just go for the full jump? Just hold that bitch? Then I feel like I might go short. Hold on, I need to like relearn this if I'm gonna... Do I go short? I wonder. That, see, I go far there. I go long? I land perfectly, but I might be too fast. Actually fucking idyllic. If I had a better launch, maybe, but that was my launch's fault. See, this should be perfect, but then I go too short. Damn, I go super fucking short, dude. Maybe I just need to re-tap super fast. Who knows? Level 9 sucks. See, I know there's a frame perfect here, where it's like, if I hold the jump all the way down, and I press it, and I just like hard hold, it'll just be perfect. But I don't want to go for that because it feels more inconsistent, you know? And also there's like no like... There's no like visual indicator about the frame perfect. You just kind of just like hope you can press it right, I guess. I hate no visual indicator in frame perfects. I hate that. It's my pet peeve. See, there we go. That is idyllic. I'll get a fat launch, and it's okay because I nail it. There is a good visual indicator. It's like the crack, right? Such a tiny little crack. I'll just start going for it. Damn, I just started going for it and now I'm just getting it every time. You know what? RB... well, you know what? It was close enough. RBRT, I appreciate this, okay? Jump at the crack is what they all say. That's the lesson of the day. Jump at the crack. And then just get a better launch, I guess. Be better. Jump at the crack and then be better is the lesson of the day. Who knows? Man, if I can get to level 11 today, I will consider this day a roaring success. That's my metric of success. If I can get to level 11 on pace. Because everybody knows that level 11 is a fucking... It is the great roulette wheel. You might get level 11, you might not. And most of the time you won't. But sometimes you will, and everything is going to be great. Level 10 needs practice. But honestly, what level doesn't need practice? I need to turn on my volume so I can get... Oh, beautiful. Wee. It's actually my first try playing 10 and I fucking nail it, dude. You'll love to see it, actually. Look, I am now listening to the gospel of late game practice and level 6. Late game and level 6 practice. That is the gospel of sheep. Okay? Level 11 practice is actually a fake. It's fake and it's meant to distract your focus from the truth. And the truth is level 11 is not worth fucking practicing because like what the fuck are you going to learn? Like how to press buttons better? Like it's just it's not a level there you're going to find like a lot of improvement. Consistency, right? It's just like once you've done it enough where you kind of know like this is what I'm supposed to press. At some point it's just going to come down to does your keyboard like you on that particular day. And I'm okay with that. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. Oh man. But it's like I could be doing level 10 and I'd rather just like get really consistent at all the earlier levels so I could just fucking yuck attempts at 11 and eventually I'll just get it. Because again, I only need to beat 11 once. I only need to beat a level. I only need to beat 11 once. I can beat every level a million. I have to beat every level a million times. But I only have to beat 11 once. Damn, how am I not getting that? Am I not pressing? Like, I think I'm pressing, like... Is it, like... Well, it's... First of all, because I'm not getting frame perfect. It's because I'm not fast enough whenever I'm getting off the jump pad, maybe? It doesn't help that I can't hit the fucking frame perfect. How's that early, bro? I go through weird bouts with this frame perfect because sometimes I can just hit it all the time. And then sometimes I just cannot fucking hit it for the life of me. It's so annoying. I held jump as fast as I fucking humanly could after hitting that jump. I do not know. I genuinely do not know what the holdup is on 10. See, I'm pressing it as fast as I fucking can. I do not know the I don't know what the difference is. Like, what is causing the fuck up? Why am I not going fast like I need to? God, why can't I get this fucking frame perfect? Ah, Bro, this fucking sucks. Oh. It's actually such a miserable day. I cannot hit that fucking frame perfect. Why? Too far. Just fucking shoot me. Okay. I'm in my complaining phase. Oh no, I need to stop, dude. Is it too hard? Finally, I get it. Okay, it's not fantastic, but hey, who cares? Dude, okay, I've been trying to stop complaining about shit. Stop being a negative Nancy and stop complaining. Those are my two fucking, like, those are my two self-improvement fucking things. Stop complaining about shit And stop being a negative Nancy. Or at least, maybe it's not like stop complaining about stuff. Because complaining is like, it's natural. It's just a question of like, everybody complains. It's just a question of when you complain, right? It's a question of when you complain and how you complain. And sometimes I complain good and everybody's like, this is so based. So epic. Keep complaining. And every other times when I complain, they're like, shut up, dude. Nobody wants to hear this. And it's like, okay, so you have to be able to thread the needle on complaining. Which is something, sometimes I do good and sometimes I'm fucking distractingly whack yet. So it's like, okay, how do I thread the needle here? I think it's a lot easier than I pretend it is. Perfect. Not perfect. I should have just slammed my head against the ramp there. Level 10 Hawks. Come on. When I land on the ramp too high, I start to kind of like, okay. Dude, if that stupid fucking flag wasn't there, this level would be so much easier to practice. Come on. Dude, how? I don't get it, dude. I genuinely do not understand this level. Somehow that's perfect, but for what reason? It is beyond me why that one is perfect. Inconsistent on 10. Inconsistent on 9. No rest for the wicked. President Biden is dying, by the way. If you're wondering, well, President Biden is a strong one. Former President Biden. He got diagnosed with prostate cancer. He is super dead. He is not surviving. It's like prostate cancer, stage 4. Apparently, it's infected his bones. It was so big that the prostate could not contain all the cancer that he has. He is super dead. I understand why the Democrats didn't want to run him for a second term. However, I think that they maybe should have been a little bit more forward. I think that the entire Democratic plan was stupid. Because I believe that the Democratic plan was, we know that Josh Biden is fucking dying. But we also know that he can beat Trump. So let's run Josh Biden, get elected, and then do a little switcheroo. Get somebody else in charge, go from there. Bad plan. Josh Biden couldn't hold up, first of all, and then also, it seems a little bit scumbaggy. Because if you got cancer for that long as the fucking president, like, they fucking know. Like, presidents are getting physicals like every other day, bro. Like, there's just no way they had, like, oh, we have no fucking idea that Joe Biden has cancer. Like, I don't buy that for a fucking second. This was no fucking mystery, bro. This was no mystery. Come on. I don't know. Is that frame perfect press on that left? I wish I knew. I feel like it is. Alright, let's get some level 11 in. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the entire Democratic Party is just, like, full of bitches and losers. The more I can look at it. Maybe I'm crazy, but... everybody's just killing each other over on the left. Trying to be the most fucking pure. It doesn't help that the fucking Democratic establishment is, like, incompetent at mobilizing voters. Most of which, surprisingly enough, are fucking centrist. It's the thing about voter bases. Most people don't care as much about politics as we think they do. Or most people try not to care too much about politics because they realize that shit kind of just ruins their lives. So why not just stay away from politics altogether, or at least don't think about it too hard. Republicans are really good at making their shit sound easy. They sound fun. Make sense. Democrats are really good at making their shit sound complicated and cool. Really appeals to university kids and educated people. Guess who doesn't tend to vote as much? University kids and educated people. Because they're also more likely to think the system is corrupt. And it's like, okay. Well, that's cool that you're gonna, like, fucking abstain because you're so fucking intelligent. But also you're ruining, you're not doing anything, alright? You're not doing anything to change it, okay? Just because you post on Twitter about how terrible McDonald's is doesn't mean that McDonald's is gonna stop fucking selling burgers to people. You're not changing shit. By acknowledging the... You know, acknowledging that the system is bad is not the same as actively trying to change the system that you live in. You know how you actively change the system you live in? You fucking vote. That's right. You have to engage in the system to actively change it. This is not a revolutionary movie. You're not the hero. Okay? You are not the hero. If your best fucking... I don't care how educated you are. You also just lose touch. The Democrats have done a really good job of fucking losing touch with, like, normal-ass people. I talked to a lot of my friends. They're good guys. Some of them voted for Trump. Mostly guys. Now... for all the reasons why Trump is an awful, terrible human being who should never be the president. There's also a lot of reasons why he became elected. You know why? Because he's got charisma. Because he's got funny. And because people don't like Kamala. Kamala is nice and cute and quirky. She's not electable. It's not because of her experience. It's not because of her lack of experience. It's not because of her amount of experience. It's not because of anything. It's not because of her policy. It's not because of anything. Those things don't matter. Those things have never mattered. We just pretend like they have mattered, okay? In our political science textbooks, we can pretend like they matter. What matters is slogans. What matters is promises. And what matters is personality. Those are the things that matter. And if you want to be electable, or you want to create a candidate that is electable, most important thing you can have is good marketing. And good marketing is generally people who can sound authentic while being fake as fuck. If you can do that, then congratulations, you have a future in politics. How convincingly can you lie through your teeth? Oh, too early. Damn, I thought I had it. Damn, I haven't hit it a single time today, bro. What is happening? Normally I hit it at least once by now. Give me the fucking... Give me the string. I just want to see if I'm, like, going crazy. Bird P. Alright, let's see how crazy I am. Okay, see, I am getting the first frame. I'm off on the second frame. That's why I'm getting fucked. Okay, good to know. Damn, I'm actually late. Wow. One frame off again. The same frame? 3 times in a row? Wow. Okay, hold on. Damn! How am I always one frame off? It's maddening how often I'm one frame off. Interesting. 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 Okay. Is that my new visual indicator? When I'm about half out. Or just before I'm half out. Too late. See, I'm going and half out. A little late. Going half out. Early. Claims to be prostate. I wish somebody would touch my prostate, bro, but, you know, we can't all have what we want. Alright. Level 11 is confusing as always. It's gonna be a bad day for speedrunning. Did you cover that? Fucking Biden is gonna be dead in circa 6 months? Yeah. Don't worry. I talked about it. Makes a lot more sense why the Democrats did what they did. It also makes them incredibly fucking stupid. Why did they think that would ever turn out well? I can understand. Why did they think that their only way to beat Donald Trump was fucking Joe Biden? Why did they think that? Such a crazy thing to think. Like, are you trying to fucking, like, throw? It's getting really crazy, dude. Just like, you have a bunch of charismatic Democrats that can take the torch. Why do you fucking expect? I guess choosing Kamala was a fucking mistake. Because she's not electable at all. She has no personality at all, dude. She is such a fucking void. I remember saying this during the actual primary. That Kamala is a fucking charismatic void of a person. That's true, by the way. I don't hate Kamala. I just think she's boring. And that is bigger sin than being a bad politician, which she really isn't a bad politician. She's a fine politician. She has more experience than some other motherfuckers, so. TB, you know what I wanted to talk about? I thought of a story, and I wanted to get your opinion on it. See, okay, so let me talk to you a little bit. I've had this idea about a movie. But in Minecraft. Like, how could you make an entire movie? Okay. Could you theoretically make an entire movie in Minecraft? And make it interesting? I think it's possible. But I think to do that, you need to... Why not? Okay, it's a question that, like, why not is, yeah, it's a question of why not, but it's also a question of, like, is it possible to not make it fucking dog shit, right? You can do anything you want. The question is it worth doing, right? I think it is. But I think that to make it work, there needs to be an interesting enough story that is kind of like... I think the story needs to be like kind of Minecraft centric in a way, you know, like how do you integrate elements of Minecraft into how do you use your medium basically is kind of the question I've been asking. Like, how do I use Minecraft to tell a story, not just use Minecraft as an uncomfortable substitute for real life, basically. Minecraft is not a setting to make a movie. Minecraft is the movie, right? Creepy vibe. How do I not make it horror? How do I not fucking make it horror? Because everybody makes horror movies. I'm not him. No, okay. So here's what I was thinking. Okay? And I don't know if this is even possible with the resources I have, but here's my idea. I actually have an entire thought out fucking... Dude, I thought out an entire fucking plot for this shit, okay? So here's kind of the basic premise, okay? It's like medieval vibes. Medieval village. Imagine like big old medieval village, castle at the center, okay? The classic, you know? You've got the big castle, and then you've got all like the little townhouses, right? Now, the question that you're asking is, why don't people go outside and like build other places, right? Because like we're kind of operating in this weird world of like Minecraft, but also like slightly real world stuff. So it's like, you know, you can't just build like penises in the sky, and you can't just like, I don't know, break anything you want, right? You can't just like mine trees with your hands, right? Like, so it's like a little bit of real world rules with Minecraft mixed in. Okay, so medieval village, big castle. Big question, why don't they just go out and kill all the kill the mobs? Because the mobs are too strong. Mobs are too powerful and people are too scared. Okay? And because people aren't strong enough, to kill the mobs, they need like diamond armor or something. They don't have that kind of stuff. You think players have you think that citizens have diamond armor? And that kind of is what it all hinges on. People can't leave the village because A, there's not enough light levels, and because if there's not light levels, mobs are gonna spawn. You're gonna die. In Minecraft, I'm trying to explain. I find a good way to explain this. You mean like literally using Minecraft, not like the Minecraft movie, as in like, yeah, like literally filming inside the game with tools. With mod, well, yeah. I think it's more of a question of. I think the fundamental question is: can you make your characters expressive enough to be interesting, right? Like, because in Minecraft, you are so limited on what you can make your characters do, right? You can't really, like, you don't really have facial expressions. You can't really make people, like, talk. Mod for stuff? Yeah, I've seen mods, but they always make the characters look so, like, cartoony in a way that I dislike. It makes the characters feel super cartoony. Like I never liked the animations where like the Minecraft characters have like fingers. That always kind of freaked me the fuck out a little bit. I'm like, you have fucking fingers, dude? It just feels like, for me, it feels like you're kind of stretching the boundaries of what is Minecraft, right? Worth it to figure out in Blender? I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Maybe, but I think that it's so, how do you make like a, how do you make it serious? How do you change the tone from fucking goofy little funny game? Because that's kind of all the vibes I get from all the Blender animations I see of Minecraft. That's not a bad thing, but they kind of have this inherent air of goofiness to it. I don't know. So I actually thought of like a pretty basic story, a story arc basically. It's like really simple, right? So the idea of the story, like just like, okay, so basically the story is that we're introduced to our main character who's this little thief guy. I've been on my thief arc recently, and so this thief guy is basically steals a piece of netherite from a wandering trader, and that's kind of a big deal. Netherite's pretty fucking valuable. However, people don't really know how valuable the netherite is because, again, they're townspeople. They don't fucking, they've never been to the nether. That's too dangerous. Not to mention, there's no diamonds. So, like, what are they even going to use netherite for? And so this guy steals netherite, and he's like, I'm going to sell this netherite. I'm going to become rich, and I'm going to escape. I'm going to run away from the town with my people, right? So those are the vibes, right? And then he tries to go to the place where he usually sells all of his stolen shit. They basically give him a really shitty price. They're like, yo, this is worth nothing. And he's like, well, no, that's fucking bullshit. I know this is worth a lot. So he's like, okay, what's the strategy? So the strategy is he's going to try to sneak into the castle to try to pose as a trader to sell this netherite to a bunch of people who are rich and know how valuable this is, make a bunch of money, and then use it to buy shit and basically get out. That's the strategy. Okay? So he manages to sneak inside the castle. Like, there's a whole bunch of like other stuff I'm skipping over, but the basics is that he sneaks into the castle, and he kind of stumbles around. But what he finds is basically inside the castle. He stumbles into a room he's not supposed to be in, and he finds a bunch of diamond armor, like just raw walls and walls of diamond armor. And he's like, oh shit, it's not that the kingdom doesn't have any diamonds, is that the crown has been stealing all the diamonds. They've been hoarding them all. They've been stealing all the diamonds. And it means, and it's like, I think it's pretty obvious. Like, and the question is like, why would the queen do this? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. So then people won't leave, right? So then she can keep control. But of course he gets found out. He gets found out. Oh man, it's so hard to explain this story if I don't have like a fucking right. It's so hard to tell the story as like not a movie. It's designed to be a movie. Oh man, I'm doing such a bad job. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. Basically, I have a plot, and I haven't thought out how to speak it. But I have a plot, and it's a really kind of like basic plot in terms of like, it's very much like it's very much like classic medieval, like the good guys win, bad guys lose. You know, there's a little bit of implied love, but not like really. Super PG, super friendly, all the kids love it. Type shit. Man, I cannot hit level 6, by the way. Can I speak on that? And so I think, like, there's a lot of questions on, like, how do I translate that shit into Minecraft? A Song of War. Actually, coherent story. I've been watching another one that I thought it's kind of piss in terms of its cinematography and voice acting. It's called Whiterun. And I watched the first, like, episode, and I'm like, I'm not super fucking into this. Dude, why can I not hit my fucking... I think I needed press jump earlier. Yes, definitely I need a press jump earlier. Oh no, my thing is like fully made in Minecraft. It's like Minecraft with Minecraft characters and like replay mod and all that good shit. Okay? I think it's kind of shot like shit though. And there's not enough characterization. I want to look up this Song of War thing. Never heard of it. What is Song of War? Hold on, I'm going to look this up. This is going to be a bad day for full game runs, by the way, so just be prepared. Song of War. Oh, Jesus Christ. 2 hours? Songs of War by Squared Media. It's got 63 mil. Jeez. You love to see that? Yeah, I guess the benefit you get with animation is that you get so much more expression. Damn, it's like you can never do this in like base Minecraft.
They called him Deathsinger. Our world, Ardonia, is a vast land, home to many diverse people, strange creatures, and dangerous monsters, hidden among the shadows of dense forests, beneath the sands of treacherous deserts, and frozen within the ancient mountains of the north.
This is good cinematography.
Secrets and mysteries which have eluded our comprehension
I like the way they're putting these shots together.
throughout the ages. Few of these mysteries, however, have attracted such fascination as the Ardoni species, for which the land shares its name. The Ardoni possess the unique ability to wield great powers known as songs. The strongest of these powers were referred to as prime songs, and were deemed too powerful for the Ardoni to wield freely. Thus, they were given to the masters of the 4 Ardoni clans as a sign of peace and unity.
Okay. The story is already rolling generic as fuck for me.
Blinded to a great danger.
Not generic in a fun way, I
From
think.
within the fires
The Nether.
of the Netherrealm, an army set out to conquer the overworld.
Wither skeletons, not piglins. Interesting choice.
They vanquished the kingdoms and people of Ardonia as they spread across the land. But they were not to remain unchallenged.
Bro, I swear to God, this is the plot of the Minecraft story mode. I swear to fucking
The
God, bro.
Enderites returned during these dark times. Long
Am I tripping, TB? Tell me I'm crazy.
The two opposing realms clashed with a fury of inconceivable power.
Oh, this is giving such 2010 Minecraft animation vibes, bro.
Yet the Nether had prepared well for this invasion, and even the legendary Ender Knights could not stop them. With no hope of victory, the kingdoms called upon the Ardoni to wield the Prime Songs. Reluctantly, the clans agreed and held a tournament to determine which Ardoni would become their champion and wield all 4 Prime Songs.
That's a long ass intro, bro. 3 minutes,
One
bro.
rose above the rest.
Oh, yeah, damn. Well, okay.
Persistent, cunning, and powerful.
Probably an asshole too.
Had been found. When presented with the Prime Songs, however, he revealed himself as Ingressus, leader of the long-forgotten and dreaded Voltaris clan.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Outraged, the Masters refused to give Ingressus
This
the Prime
story
Songs.
is. Why would he reveal himself then?
was-
Why would he reveal himself? All he had to do is fucking shut the fuck up for like 3 seconds. He'd get all the Prime songs. He's done. This is really crazy, bro.
Due to their misuse of such power that they had been banished long ago.
Well, what the fuck is the point of the tournament? What is even the point of all this? The Nether
That
attacked.
night,
Everybody died.
while the clans debated their next course of action, Ingressus set out alone to reclaim the Prime Song.
Oh my god, bro. This is so unnecessary. Oh my Lord Christ above, dude.
One by one, he slayed the masters of the
Dude.
Voltaris.
I like the animation is good quality,
And
but
Mindor's
the cinematography is quality, but holy shit, the story is so fucking dog shit, dude. The story sucks so much dick. He fucking stumbles. Okay, I guess. I mean, I get it's like nice and. It's so 2010. It's so 2010. What
Through these dark deeds,
he's gonna suck it up? You gonna eat it?
became known
Eat it. Eat the cube. Eat the
as
cube.
the Death Singer.
Eat the cube. Eat the cube. Consume the cube.
The fourth
Well, isn't he supposed to stop the Nether?
and final
Eat the
master,
cube.
Aegis Nestoris, survived the massacre,
It's the
thus
Tesseract.
protecting the last and
Eat the
most
cube, eat the cube.
powerful Prime Song.
What? There's one more powerful than the rest? Bullshit.
The Ardoni mourned the tragedy.
All 5 of
They
them.
vowed to
All
hunt
5 of them
down the
left.
Death Singer, and to prevent him from obtaining.
But what about the
final
Nether?
Prime
But what about the
Song.
Net? Why? What about the Nether? What
It
happened?
was at this time that the Voltaris clan returned from exile. However,
3
even with
factions?
their support, he knew that he was outmatched.
Why?
With all of
He's got
Ardonia
3
now
prime
his
songs.
enemy, there was only one place to turn. The Death Singer
Oh,
met with
okay,
King
okay.
Kronos of the Nether, and formed the most powerful alliance ever known. And thus began the Great War. The Ender Knights rallied under
Dude,
King Rendor
please
and
get.
fought.
Dude, we're still in the intro.
The
We're
Nether
still in the
head
fucking
on.
intro.
The humans reassembled their
How long
armies.
does it go on for, bruh? Holy shit.
The Ardoni clans wielded their songs of old. The Magnerites.
The whole
came
movie's
from the
like
south,
this. 2 hours of just
From the
narration, bro. I'd be tweaking.
Some even say he was there.
hero, Brine. Hero Brine.
Despite everything, the Death Singer and the Nether Arms
He was there.
could not be stopped.
Damn. Fall off for real. What about the songs of
The
fucking
tides
Yor?
of this conflict turned after a young Ardoni joined the fight.
Oh, a young
Skilled
Ardorn.
with the songs, Achillean
Skilled with the
was able to unite and lead the armies to victory.
bro, you killed like fucking 4 skeletons. It's really not that deep.
Earned him the name of Tide Singer.
Tide Singer?
With his leadership,
We've
and
got
the
Death
Undying
Singer,
forces,
Tide Singer.
The Nether Army was forced to retreat back. into
What?
the Nether.
They just go back like that, bro? I thought this was the most powerful alliance the world has ever seen. They get forced back by one fucking dude? It's, dude, it's gone back and forth so many times. Oh, we're still fighting. Never mind. I apologize.
No allies. The remaining Voltaris fell back to Mount Velgrin. Here, the Tide Singer fought the Death Singer alone,
Oh, did they lose?
and
They
both
both.
were defeated.
Both were defeated. The fuck?
The Prime songs were recovered and distributed amongst the clans once more,
Why the fuck was this necessary to tell us?
signaling an end to the Great War.
Then why did we need to know? Why did we need to know any of this? Why did we need to know any of that? 7 fucking minutes. Why did we need to know any of that? Why? Okay, finally, we've gotten to the point. Look, it's still beautiful cinematography. And the voice acting is actually not dog shit either, which is nice for a change. Not dog shit voice acting? Bless.
Peace was restored to Arcadia at the time of
Bro, he's still yapping.
healing began. The wounds caused by the Death Singer, however, will be felt forever.
Oh, it's encryption.
The
Inscription.
Great War, 11th Wall of Time.
Everything but sub 3.
Well, Hawken, I fail to see. Hawken?
Yes, exactly. So, you see what this means, Thalius?
Hawken, were you sleeping
Look
through
here. Where do the walls of time say the final duel took place?
Mount Velgrin?
Indubitably. Most legends,
Indubitably?
these bungled walls of time fail to state that the final duel took place on the mountain's peak.
Indubitably.
Alright, so what does this mean?
I've heard rumors of a presence on the peak of Mount Velgrin. Being the naturally curious scholar that I am, I sent a few scouts to
I like this guy. Why does the other guy have to speak with an echo on his voice all the time?
transform those rumors into facts. That was 2 weeks ago.
And what was their report?
There was no report. None ever returned. Why do you think that is?
I'm not entirely sure.
The Voltaris, Thalius! The Voltaris!
You think the Voltaris are at Mount Velgrin?
Indubitably. I'm aware you've been hunting Voltaris ever since...
He's
the
actually
Great
just
War
like me for real.
I'm
Real
brought you
shit.
here to inform you of
Based.
this lead.
It has been years since I lost the trail of the Voltaris.
Then what?
I
Aren't
should
you a
ride to Mount
Voltaris?
Velgrin and see for myself.
Hold up there, Thalius. Although I'm no chronicler, I feel it is my duty to accompany you and record what information we find. I would also like to discover the fate of those I sent to investigate.
There is a chance we will encounter the Voltaris. And who knows what other perils.
Fear not, Thalius, for I am prepared to fight.
Comedy. I love that. Why does the fish have a shadow?
Wait, somewhere around here I have a weapon? Unless I lost it. Here it is.
When he does,
Very
he
well.
horrifying.
Come on, then. Most likely this was
Bro, the stone sword versus this fucking intricate contraption.
all just a misunderstanding.
Look, the thing is, like, I love the camera shots that they're choosing, by the way. People who made this were actually like, good at making video. Look at this. Moving shots, constantly finding movement. Okay, great. I could honestly deadass watch this whole thing, probably. I want to kind of react to this whole thing on stream. I want to react to this whole thing on stream. I kind of do. It's good enough that I kind of can watch it without, you know, wanting to off myself. Autist? What do you mean? It's not peak. You and your shots? It's good cinematography, bro! Sorry, okay. The reason why I'm so hung up on good cinematography is that I was watching a fucking Minecraft film, or a film shot in Minecraft, that had bad cinematography. And so I've been so used to seeing like bad cinematography, I'm like, oh my god, just quality cinematography, it's peak. You have to understand, Mirrors. It's exciting when I actually get to see like decent cinematography. It's not autistic, it's just I have standards. Because it's peak, bro? But it's not that. It's like not that specific shot. It's like people think in broad generalities. It's the specifics that make the cinematography good, right? It's the things that you don't like notice but you feel, right? That's what makes a good cinematographer or good have a film have good cinematography. Good framing. Lack of fucking static shots, which is the biggest thing because static shots are so easy. Being able to limit the amount of static shit you use, because remember, films are you're using video, right? You can use movement. You have the ability to use movement, and so many like filmographers forget that you have movement. That was built in dubious circumstances, okay, Mirrors? I didn't have the ability to use moving shots. That's why I want to use Minecraft. Because I have the ability to fucking move the camera, dude. There's good progress being made on the film project, by the way. It's just one recording mod. I was thinking about doing something. I wanted to do something like that. I wanted to get a replay mod of like somebody just speedrunning Minecraft. And I wanted to do like a giant one-shot take of them just speedrunning Minecraft. I thought that would be a cool idea. Level 6 is just not giving me shit today, bro. Yeah, flashback. That's the modern. The problem is that whenever I think about, like, how do I shoot a film in Minecraft, the question is, how do I film giant scenes where I want a lot of things to be happening all at the same time with multiple different characters? And there are ways to do it, but how do I make them interact in interesting ways, bro? Miras, you have to understand, I have so many ideas, and I never have the time to do them all. I am bound by something called money. You wonder why I want to be like a stay-at-home parent, because I'll have more time to do bullshit like this. Don't you understand, Miras? Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about my Civ character. You totally missed it. I have decided what my character is gonna be, and I've decided on a name. And I want you to say if it's peak or not, or if it's good or not. Because I think having a decent character name is like important. And I think last time I cooked with Gage, I thought Gage cooked as a character name. And I want your opinion on my new character name, because initially I was gonna go for Cinder. And then I thought of Cinder, I'm like, oh, that shit is generic as fuck. Cinder is a boring name because it is cringe. It is cringe. So I thought of a new name with in Cloudy. And I decided on the name Arlo. I thought Arlo was a good name. Like A-R-L-O. What do you think? Arlo. It's not super self-aggrandizing. It's not too overcomplicated. I think it works. I think that's a dog's name. I think it is a little bit dog name. But I think it's better than Cinder. I think Cinder is a little bit too cringe. It's like it's trying too hard to be cool, you know? And, you know, to be fair, my character is kind of a dog, so it kind of fits. By the way, I think I said I wasn't going to glaze, and I fucking lied, by the way. I am going to glaze super hard. My entire character is going to be built off glazing. So just fair warning. Carlos. Arlo and fucking Carlos, dude. Carlos, the medieval fucking... Yeah, so basically the idea is that, you know, fucking Ced, shout out him, the guy who I said is going to be our main leader, dude. The idea is that he's basically my fucking my character's adopted father. Because as a kid, my parents died and I had nothing. So he was the only person who cared about me. And now I'm super loyal and shit. And I do whatever he says and shit. Those are the vibes. Is it... I don't want to ask if it's peak, because it's not peak. But is it fucking... Is it... It's passable, I think. I also think it allows me to do, like, generally interesting things with my character. I can still kind of be like a sneaky sausage. I can still sneak into places I'm not supposed to be. I can still, like, pick locks and shit. All the things I want to do. But I also have a reason for existing that's not to be a dickhead and ruin other people's day. So, I think this is peak. Will you be gay? No. I don't know. It was kind of hard for me to get over the whole, like, this thing entirely, because, like, I have to be, like... It's kind of weird that I have to be someone that, like, this whole thing is, like, your character has to be descended from somebody else's character if it's a new character. And that kind of, like, throws me for a loop, because it, like, I don't know. Why not take it a step further? No, it's not that. Do you want me to understand? Do you want me to explain my my motives behind why I act the way I do in Civ events again, Miras? It's because glazing makes Civ events peak. You want to know why I glaze? Because I care about peak. And glazing is peak. And if I can make another character, like, actually fucking relevant to the story, it means I also get to be relevant to the story. Because I am attached to that character. Glazing is necessary for peak storytelling, Miras. You have to understand this. And I have faith that the person that I'm attaching my horse to in this particular instance is going to provide peak content. You're no fun, dude. Fuck you. Look, all I'm saying is that I have a fucking... I got legacy to fulfill. People like me in this goddamn server, and so I have to come back with fucking peak. Can I get a civ with a pacifist leader and a mandatory wedding and look, I understand Last Progeny was not your favorite. I get it. I'm on the same train, okay? You gotta trust the process this time, okay, Miras? You gotta trust the process. I have faith. I got faith this time, bro. Too early, I think. Yeah. You gotta trust the process. It's gonna be peak, I promise, dude. Salem. Mr. Hated Chicken? I forget, dude. VODs weren't recorded back then, so I don't have any. Don't worry. The pacifist faction is still around. I'm just not going to be associated with them anymore. Miras, you just gotta trust. Damn it. I know it's hard, but you just have to bear with me here, okay? I understand that RPing is not your cup of tea, but it's a necessary evil to find peak. Oh, Bumbo Strongfoot propaganda, bro? Hell yeah, baby. Bumbo is goated, okay? For a lot of reasons. Look, everybody's ramping up for Progeny season, okay? Unfortunately, Pixelmon is just not what everybody is on about right now. I still have to write my goddamn character, dude. Oh my god, it's gonna take a goddamn hour. It's gonna take forever to write my damn character. You've got to be shitting me. I hate car. Don't worry. It's gonna be great content, I promise. Medieval name that goes hard. Are you trying to join, brother? Trying to get involved? See, I'm telling you, naming is hard, bro. You gotta name yourself something that's not stupid. How do you do that? Bro, I don't fucking know. Look, I got lucky, bro. I got a cool name in general. Look, I got lucky. I thought Gage was like I thought Gage was a cool name. Gage worked. Gage somehow worked. I don't know how I came up with Gage. I just saw it in a fucking dream. An angel came down to me and said, your character will be named Gage. And I'm like, oh, divine revelation. Okay, I'm not sold on Arlo. I think Arlo's a good start. I think it's Arlo is better than fucking Cinder. But I don't know if it's peak, you know? What? How do I not? I don't understand. How do I die? Radomir Kostov? Is that hard? I think it's I'd say... I think it's cool. I think it's maybe a little bit hard to pronounce, which I think is something you run into a lot with these kind of like... People try to overcomplicate shit. I think simple names tend to cook a little bit better. I think overcomplicated names are kind of just annoying for everybody involved. If I have to take guesses on how to pronounce your freaking name, I think it's maybe a little bit too much. That's just me, though. Look, Mirrors, if you have peak names, then I'm here for them, okay? God damn it, I pressed P. I need peak. I'm on the hunt for peak. Because my character's already kind of decided upon. It's more of a question of what the f is this character... What are the specifics? How can I be specific enough so the mods accept my shit, but also general enough so I can kind of go with the flow of shit? You know? I hate this fucking car! No, I don't think that name... I think that name is too close to, like, IRL shit, right? It's also not a very cool name. Respectfully. Not a very cool name. It also gives very, like... It gives Jewish a lot. And that's not a bad thing. It's just... It gives very hard Jewish. You know? I am disrespecting the goat. Who is the goat, by the way? The goat of who and what? Parables 2? Oh, I might have fucking forgotten, bro. Even I forgot the Parables 2 lore, bro. Oh, are you talking about the old miner guy? Oh my god, wait, okay. See, that works. The problem is that name works for, like, if you're gonna be an old miner guy, that name kind of fits, like, the fucking character, bro. If I'm trying to be a young, flashy fucking thief... It don't work as well for somebody like me. That's a peak name for an old miner guy. Not a peak name for a fucking young, flashy guy. Dude, no. He was probably like fucking... See, the good thing about this Parables thing is that most people are actually pretty old. Okay? And by old, I mean like over the age of 18, which is actually huge. He sounded 50. He was just, again, just good role player. Role-playing is cringe until somebody's good at it, and then it's peak. Oh, dude. Oh, you know what was happening, bro? In our Discord chat, there was a dude in our Discord chat, and he was fucking complaining because apparently this fucking guy had spent like a year on his character. He was talking about how he spent a year on his fucking character, and apparently he got fucking denied. And he was not happy about it, bro. He said his shit got fucking denied. And then somebody asked him like, so why did you get denied? And then he's like, well, the mod said like no magic. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you included some like some whispers of magic in your character. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is fucking... It's a little bit of main character syndrome, bro. There's a reason why mods have a strict no magic ban. You know why mods have a strict no magic ban? Because anytime that there is anytime you're allowed to do magic, you have to add it into the event to make it real, right? The problem with all of these things that you make up is that they are only real in your head. They're only real if it physically affects the way you play the game, right? Magic cannot be a real thing because it doesn't affect the way you play the game. Religion can't be a real thing unless it actively affects the way that you interact with the world, right? Because then it's just like, it's nothing, right? If religion doesn't activate something, doesn't mean something, then it is useless to believe, right? And the reason why the mods have banned magic, or basically put a pretty hard limit on like what you can do magic-wise, is because they can't they can't actualize that magic system that you have in your head. And if everybody has a different magic system in their head, not only does it require everybody to have like basically the same magic system that I'm sure you spent a very long time creating, but also they need to actualize that magic system to make it have any fucking effect. So no magic, basically. You can't do that shit. And they were like really mad. I'm like, bro, like I understand that you want to do this, like your cool magic shit, but like this is just not the time. Everybody loves world building until it's time to actually fucking tell a story. And then everybody's like, damn, I gotta tell a fucking story with my character now, bro. It's like, it's so like world building is so fucking free, dude. If all you can do is world build and you can't actually like tell a story within that world or create something inside of that world, then like what the fuck? What's the point of the world building? You've accomplished nothing. You're just spitting out ideas, and for what? I created such an interesting world. Okay, now make something with it. Create something with this world that you've made. I see so much of this shit. Maybe I'm just like, what's your world? I don't. It's just like people will just like spend fucking hours and hours creating these intricate fucking magic systems, fucking Jujutsu Kaisen ass magic systems, and they never like do anything with them. They never do anything with them. Do something with this magic system that you've made. At least with the fucking, at least with the mangas, at least they're trying to do something interesting. What's your world? Bro, I do not create intricate magic systems. I do not world build like that. Some people go super hardcore world building. I do not go super hardcore world building. I think world building is interesting, but it's more of a means to an end for me, all right? I don't world build just for the sake of it. I world build because I'm trying to service a story. The main focus of my world building is around a story. If it doesn't exist within the story, then I don't need to talk about it within my world building, right? Do I need to talk about what did the settlers eat for fucking food? What do the settlers eat? I don't know. It's like, it's not important to the fucking story, bro. Feed them whatever, bro. It doesn't really matter. If it doesn't actively affect the story, then why the fuck do you care? But people are more interested in the world building than the actual storytelling. And it's like, okay. So you've created an imaginary world, I don't know, for you to feel good about? It's like, it doesn't do anything. Nobody wants to, like, there's a reason why nobody nobody buys books about a world. They buy books about stories inside of a world. To not write anything? It's like, it's not even, it's that exactly. I don't care how cool your magic system is. If there's no characters to back up that magic system to make it important or cool or interesting, then what the fuck is the point? It is vacuous, right? And it's because world building is actually so fucking easy. People think it's hard. It's really not that hard. Most people can like create a half decent world inside their own heads, okay? It's like, do you have the basic faculties of logic and general creativity? You don't even need to have fuck it. You don't even need to have creativity. Do you have basic faculties of logic and understanding and like the basic ideas? I mean, even a little bit of creativity will go a long way with world building. It's so easy. Now talk to me about how you make a character fucking interesting. How do you make a good guy good and a bad guy bad? How do you make them interact in ways that are actually fucking interesting? That's the thing with RP, or at least RP-like stuff. I think that the problem with RP-like stuff is that people don't build their character to interact with. People don't think about the most important thing about character building. The most important thing about character building is not your backstory. It's not your powers. It's not what you do or what you can't do, or your fucking personality or anything like that. It's not. That is not the most important thing about your character. Is how you interact with other characters. Fundamentally, you should be thinking about how does my character talk to other characters inside of the story. If your character cannot interact with other characters in meaningful, interesting ways, then they are not a good character. I don't care how deep and detailed they are. If they cannot interact with other characters interestingly, then they are not good characters. You see that a lot in stuff like in pro wrestling. This is a really good example. Pro wrestling is a good example of a lot of good stuff. But a lot of stuff that you'll see in pro wrestling is that one of the most popular kind of like gimmicks or gimmick types is the otherworldly characters. Believe it or not, pro wrestling people are also just as prone to making bullshit magic as real people. It's just that it has to be more grounded in the real world. So they create magical characters. You know, people that can magically take no damage, or magically, you know, do these moves, or magically have superpowers. And they're also wrestlers. And they also happen to be a wrestler. It doesn't really make sense, but don't worry about it. The problem with these magical fucking characters is that they suck at interacting with other characters, because the other characters are just like wrestlers who are just like regular fucking people. Their entire gimmick of the other characters, I'm an actual person that doesn't fucking believe in, like, you know, magic. And so you have one person that believes in magic, the other person who's like, dude, doesn't give a shit about magic, and so they can't interact in meaningful ways. You have this cool magic system. It's like, what the fuck does it even mean, bro? Like, look at a character like The Undertaker. The Undertaker may be perennially one of the most popular fucking wrestlers, characters, gimmicks, whatever. The reason why The Undertaker worked is, I think a lot of it was because the magic was, you know, a gimmick. He was mostly just a dude. And also because he worked for a lot of reasons, but also because it was very clearly, like, very gimmicky. He still operated on real world rules, right? He didn't actually take wrestlers to hell. You know, they still came back the next week. They get put in a coffin and they still come back the next week. Right? It's shit like that, where it's like, if you're not thinking about how your character interacts with other characters, then your character doesn't mean shit. I don't care how cool your backstory is. I'm going on a... Dude, whenever I get on these RP rants, bro, it'll go on for hours. It'll go on for hours. It just doesn't mean anything. That's why I think I prefer, like, not having, like, a lot of details. Because I was making this example, right? It's like, let's say, for example, me and fucking Sed are hanging out. And Sed is, like, I don't know, trying to do some character shit. He's like, remember that time we went fishing together? And if I was, like, a super hardcore, like, person who would really design my character super hard, I'd be like, well, no, actually, we couldn't have gone fishing at that exact time and date, because at that time I was having a deep character crisis while staring at my reflection in a fucking puddle. And, like, that's cool. I'm glad you made your character, but you know what would have been a more interesting and fun answer? To say, yeah, I do remember that time we went fishing. You caught a carp so big we were fed for 3 days. That's a more interesting answer than whatever the character thing you created for yourself, right? Just like bare bones your shit. I think most characters are better when you bare bones your shit, so then you can interact with other people's characters and become intertwined with them in a more meaningful way. Right? If you can fit into your other character's backstory in a more interesting, dynamic way, you become a more interesting character as a result. Not because your character was more thought out or more prepared. No, but because your character has ties to other characters. There's something that ties them together, some connecting string, and it makes the world feel more immersive, more interesting. And it makes the people you interact with more, you know, it gives them different ways to interact. It's like, because it feels like sometimes you have the same interaction with every character. Who are you? What's your name? What do you do? Right? You're trying to figure each other out. But if there's some connecting thread, then you have some kind of way to, you know, agree with each other. Like, oh, we're both from X place. Oh, we both do X thing, right? There's some connecting thread. There's some backstory that binds you together, right? Oh, we were both fighting in the Great War. And so now your character has a unique relationship with a different character, okay? And now you can have different kinds of relationships with different kinds of characters, which makes the world feel more fleshed out and real. More fleshed out and real than any amount of character building or world building or magic system making or anything like that. Anything like that. Now your world is more immersive than ever. And just because two characters interacted in a unique way, you've done infinitely more interesting character work than all your preparation, all your pages and pages of fucking essays you wrote on your fucking ideal character. It's all it takes. Just a little bit of like talking to people, interacting with people. Stop sitting in your little box and fucking sitting there thinking, because when you dictate your character to everybody else, then everybody else has to engage on your level. You can never engage on somebody else's level. They always have to engage with your character and not the other way around. You don't engage with their character, they engage with your character. Your character is the one who's dictating the interactions. Because there are so many of those, I feel it's necessary to just do the more stripped back character. Just be a little bit more stripped back and just say, hey, you know, I'll just vibe. So then I can I'm making your character work. The reason why your character feels so good is because my character is a blank template for you to fill in. You are getting to fill in my little character template. So then your character becomes more interesting as a result. I am helping you. But people don't see it like that. They all want to be the little main character of their own little mini story, okay? And the problem is, to be the main character, you need to get people to give you respect as a character. To do a thing as a character. To be interesting as a character. That's how you get to be an actual character. And if you go into that, like, everybody needs to treat me like this, without having any credentials to back it up, well, then your character becomes vacuous. I don't care that you say your character is a librarian and they love to spend their time writing. If you're not spending your fucking time writing in the fucking event, then your character is meaningless. All right? If you say you're a historian as a character and you're not writing fucking history in books, then what the fuck are you doing? If you say that you can read ancient runes, that your character is a scholar who's been studying ancient runes for decades, and you can't read no fucking ancient runes, then your character means nothing. You can't give yourself a ability and then back it up with nothing. Okay? When I say my character's a thief and a little sneak, guess what I did in the last event? I said my character was a thief and I snuck onto the ship. That's how I got on board. I snuck onto the ship. That's what I said. That was my entire character. And you know what I did? I fucking backed it up. Because I could back it up. Because I created a character that allows me to back it up. I snuck around. I did sneaky thief shit. I got into places I shouldn't have been. That was my entire gig. And I was damn good at it. So it's just shit like that. Damn, I've been yapping at nobody for the last fucking... It's okay. Talking to the wind is fine. How does that not go? The fact I can't even get past 7, dude. It's such a... Dude, I'm actually starting to feel the fucking strain of not feeling motivated to do this. I'm feeling the strain, bro. I just need to see progression. I need to see progression in my runs to feel motivation to continue. Because all this practice is vacuous unless it results in actual real runs, you know? Fuck it. Let's go full runs. Just keep throwing attempts at the wall. Let me drink some water. There. I drank like a sip. It'll be fine. It's all about just, sometimes it's just about attempt. Let's just see. If I'm really better, then I should have more attempts just getting past 6, and then when I get past 6, I'll have more attempts that get past 7, you know? I'm back on the grind. Level 6 sucks. I should just do an hour of level 6 practice. I don't know if that's going to help anything, but... Don't lose faith. The worst thing you can do is lose faith. The worst thing you can do is lose motivation. I'm not mad that I lost 3. It's okay. Just mindset. It's all about mindset. Remember? Just gotta keep myself in just gotta really just keep my head in the game. Because the moment I tell myself I can't do it, I can't do it. Look at that. Pretty. Little early. Guess who's not phased? Yours fucking truly. I don't care how many times I have to fail too. I will continue to fail it over and over again if I need to. Damn, I have actually been failing too quite a bit. I'm at peace with myself. I'm not mad, I'm not sad, I'm not disappointed. I'm at peace with whatever run I get. Nice to save some time on 2, I think. Nice. Very clean. Level 3 is not hitting for me today. Not even thinking about it. You know, not every day is going to be a good day. That, you know what? I'm totally okay with that. Little hot on 3 there. Damn, super hot on 2. 2 is such a mixed bag because you never really know what kind of jump you're gonna get. +1, Sag. And you know what? That's okay. That was the tiniest little bump ever, but it worked out. Nice. A little late. But I'm okay with it. I'm not dissuaded, I think. Just keep it going. Look, it's been... Damn, my level 2 is just not hitting today. What a disappointment. But you know what? That doesn't mean I stop trying. Now that's a hot 2. Too hot. Too hot, too hot. Man, it is so hard to not feel dissuaded. I'll tell you that right now. When I am playing the way I am right now, oh, brother, it is so hard. But guess what? Just gotta keep pressing the W key. Can't even hit level 3 for the life of me. That's fine. Nice. Just give me a level 3, dude. If my rate is like 1 level 3 every 10 minutes, then it just might not be my day. Like, severely not my day. Hey, look at that. We did it. We did it. We did it. It is possible. And a hot 4 to complement it? Can't be mad about that. Let's see what level 6 give us, huh? Maybe, I think, a frame off there. Believe it or not, it's not totally cooked. Okay, it is totally cooked. Now it is totally cooked. If I had gotten that 7 with a really good end, maybe it wasn't. Yeah. Unfortunate. Just run it back. Fuck it. Very nice. The fact that I just get past 6-7. Well, I didn't really get past 6-7. I didn't get past 6, 7, or 8. It was all bad. It was all sloppy. Hey, but at least we got there, bro. Practice is worth its weight in gold, I guess. Yikey you, brother. Why am I listening to fucking remix Subway servers, brother? What is happening? I really be out here getting no bumps from the goddamn ball. Never mind. I get the shittiest bumps known to fucking man. Jesus H. Christ. You call yourself a red baller? Bro, give me past 2, please. Thank you. Poor favor, give me past 2. It's so ugly. It's crazy. It is still ugly. Not a good fucking 2 to be found. And then I'll fat finger pause and fuck up the vibes. Oh boy, oh boy. Yahoo! Motivation is dwindling already. Should I just like call it a fucking day on like even going for runs? Just go fucking hard practice. Can't hit 3, can't hit 2. 10, it's been 12 minutes. I've gotten 1 run past 3. I've beaten 3 a single time once in 12 minutes. It's just such a bad ratio, dude. I'll tell you what, if I get my second 3 before 420, I'll keep going. Got my own gimmick. What? Wait, Regulation I is like live? I thought that shit was live for a while, no? Or is it still not been live? Is Reg Eye like an actual thing now? Reg Eye is current. What have been like? What's the popular combos? I don't know if we've been there long enough to have like popular combos, but what are the vibes? What are people using? Yikes. Lunala Koraidon. Funky. Koraidon? Not Miraidon? Yeah, I was about to say, like Miraidon seems like way better. Oh! I pressed my luck. I was greedy. And it fucked the pace. That is a tragedy. I was actually on pace there for a second. I was trying to avoid it by still talking about Pokemon, but I was on pace and I could feel it, bro. Alright. That brought back my fucking focus 1,000,000%. But Lunala and Koraidon? That seems weird to me. Because I know Lunala is like traditional support Pokemon, but isn't Lunala like Trick Room support? Is that general Lunala shit? Like just fucking click Trick Room and fucking ball out? And Koraidon seems like a fast blow you up type guy. That's always been his vibes. Maybe they can be used in different ways, but those are they feel kind of like opposed to each other. Or maybe Lunala can do other stuff. I don't know, like I don't know if Lunala can do damage, right? I feel like maybe I'm just underrating like Lunala's damage. Maybe Lunala can like do support shit, but she can also like ball out. Damn, -6 by the way. See that pace? Sheesh. It's paradoxical. Just gotta do Meteor Beam. Yeah, okay. Gotta use Meteor Beam. What do you mean use Meteor Beam first? Like what? Does Meteor Beam like does Meteor Beam like buff? After using this move, you get a +2 special attack or whatever. Type shit. Feels like defensive Pokemon are kind of cooked in this meta. Oh, okay, that's why. Feels like defensive Pokemon are kind of cooked in this meta. I don't know, like, I don't know if there are any, like, solid walls. Who can wall in this meta? With fucking Urshifu running around, Ursaluna. Those aren't even Paradox. Sorry, those aren't even the fucking legendaries, bro. And then you got legendaries running this shit. Are we seeing any Palkia Dialga? That's why Grimmsnarl is popular. I gotta look up a Grimmsnarl set to understand why Grimmsnarl is popular. Unaware Pokemon. I don't know. I'm just trying to get the vibes. So that when I watch Worlds and I see Wolfie win... So when I eventually get to watch Wolfie win Worlds, peak, by the way. My goat's gonna win Worlds this year, okay? You have to trust Mirrors. Choice Scarf Annihilate. Don't you use like the bulk up thing, or it's like you use the thing where it's like whenever you deal damage, like you get stat Final Gambit. That's crazy. How, like, is there, like, have you seen a lot of like different legendaries being used, or is it does it feel like super like kind of like surrounded around like Miraidon, Koraidon, the horses, Lunala, or is it kind of all the same kind of bitches, or are there like, do you see some crazy shit? Some fuckers running like Kyogre Terapagos. Pretty generic shit, I guess. Low ladder people, I guess, will just use like the base, some base team. Get reps. Kyogre's pretty common. That's my fucking. I love to see that. Wish Groudon was a little bit more popular, honestly. But honestly, I'm just waiting for my goat Dialga Palkia. I want any of them to be relevant, please. Dialga or Palkia. One or the other, please. That's all I'm looking for, bro. Dialga Origin? I won in 4 turns. How necessary is it to bring both of your fucking legendaries to each battle? Because that's the only problem I foresee in like a fucking double legendary format, right? Where it's like you kind of just have to bring your 2 restricted Pokemon to every battle. Not that necessary, really. Is it because the restricteds do not have a power level that so exceeds the rest of the Pokemon because like Paradox motherfuckers? What's the Pokemon you see the most? I guess is a good question. I think there's a lot of like usual suspects, you know? A lot of Pokemon that could make this meta super toxic, aka the dogs. The fire dog and the water dog. Those are the 2 I'm worried about. Fire dog and water dog. I feel like I should check usage ratings or something. Incin is obvious. I feel like Incin is like Miraidon. Damn, Miraidon just might be that fucking bitch, dude. I mean, mega damage terrain setting. Spread fucking damn it. Spread move. Miraidon just kind of does everything, right? At least with, like, the fucking horses. Like, I understand with the horses you have, like, the insane spread move. But at least with the horses, it's like... You have to wait a little bit before you get super powered. Because you have to get all the attack boosts before you can really start sweeping. No, Miraidon just does it off ripskis. Damn. Do you think the meta's fun right now? I don't know. People are calling Miraidon fraudulent, bro. Damn. Wolfie wins one fucking tournament. And everybody's calling fucking Miraidon fraudulent, bro. I don't know, I was on Reddit today and I saw a bunch of people complaining about, like, damn, there's so many Trick Room teams. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. We're using Trick Room into this meta? Even Wolfie's looking at you shaking his head like, bro, what are you doing? Do not use Trick Room because I'm good at it. Is a bulk monster? Really? I always thought it was like Ooga Booga damage. I thought the horses were Ooga Booga damage. Ice, right? An ice type being a fucking good, having a lot of bulk is kind of a crazy thing. You're an ice type, bro. Ice type, not legendarily known for having good bulk normally. What the fuck am I listening to, dog? No, I got fucked. Damn, I got past 6-2. HP, 150 to... Jesus, 150, 130? What's its typing again? Jesus. 150, 130 is diabolical work. Ice Psychic? It's got such shitty typing for defense. Ice Psychic is your fucking defensive type and you give it stats like that? Oh, Terra Hog. Oh, that's probably just Terra Hog. I see. Damn, shout out to Terra, I guess. Terra kind of a fire mechanic, though, low-key. Loke, Terra, kind of a sick mechanic. In doubles. In singles, Terra sucks. In singles, Terra blows a fat load. In doubles, Terra goated. You know what I've been doing? I've been watching recently on TikTok. I've been getting into a weird vibe on TikTok. I've been fucking watching... I've been on Clash Royale TikTok. Clash Royale TikTok. Can you believe me? And I just look at it and I'm like, damn. This game is not the game I once played. Because I used to play Clash Royale. Little known fact. I used to play Clash Royale back in the day. I look at it now, I'm like, brother, what the fuck is this game? Evolutions? What are these things? They seem super duper omega cringe, bro. Now, I haven't played, but they seem like... I do not want to start playing now. Like, holy shit, I have to spend how much money to, like, be competitive? Like, I already knew, like, Clash Royale was already, like, fucking... Dude, Clash Royale was already, like, notorious for being a little money hog. You cannot free to play that bitch. And even now, at least with Brawl Stars, that shit is like at least somewhat free playable, okay? Shout out to Brawl Stars. Now, Brawl Stars has gotten much, much worse than it used to be, but at least it's somewhat free playable. Press card is a credit card? Like 2023? I guess Evolution's kind of, like, Evolution just seemed like the killer. Also, these seem like super, like, just bad, like, bad gameplay-wise. It's like Hypercharge in Brawl Stars, because I played a lot of Brawl Stars, so I can say that Hypercharge is a dumbass mechanic. But Evolutions just seem like, why are we not all running like Hog Cycle? Like, just run Hog 2.6. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we not just running Hog 2.6 all the time, bro? Why are we trying to run beatdown decks when you're not going to be able to cycle through shit, like, at all? I don't care how good your cycle... I don't care how good your Evo P.E.K.K.A is, bro. Maybe I'm tripping. I wonder how long it's going to take them to ruin Brawl Stars, though. Because it's still kicking, even with Hypercharge, but I'm worried. I will say, maybe I'm, like, blinded by Brawl Stars, because I played Brawl Stars, like, every day for, like, 8 months before I even unlocked enough cards that were, like, with Hypercharge. Oh, sorry, enough heroes with Hypercharge to actually play ranked. It took me so long to fucking get enough shit to get to rank. At least with, like, Brawl Stars, they have, like, an event every other day, so it's like, there's always some way to earn points and stars and coins and whatnot. Also, Brawl Stars is just generally a good... Damn, that's the problem with all the Supercell shit. It's like, they're all really well-made games. It's just that at some point, they just decide to fuck all the free players. And then the game is like, okay, if you're not, like, mega addicted to this game, you might as well just go kill yourself. Log off, brother. Good conceptually. Yeah, bro, that's the thing. Brawl Stars seems like the kind of... sorry, not Brawl Stars, but Clash Royale seems like a game that would be really good, like, competitively. And I feel like there are, but I feel like every time I see competitive Clash Royale, it's always fucking... It seems so lame. Because of... I don't like the idea... Like, why is the basis for, like, ranked Clash Royale not just, like, having a deck draft? This just seems like so simple to me. Like, you have so many cards. Why not just take a random selection of cards, put them in a fucking circle, and people just draft to make decks? Why are we not just... This just seems like so easy to me. There's a mega draft mode. Really? Is it meh? It just seems like such a... Because I remember, like, some of the draft regulations, like Pokemon. That would be cool. Yeah, maybe stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe there's just not enough cards in the game, or... Because to have stuff like that, you need to have, like, a lot of different variations of the same shit, right? That's why League of Legends can, like, afford to have, like, like formats where you ban 1 million heroes. Like in League of Legends, you ban so many heroes. But it works because there are so many heroes in League of Legends that you'll still have people doing generally the same roles, just differently, right? Feels like in Clash, you have enough roles and enough, like, ideas of cards that it's like, if I don't have the one specific card that I need for my fucking thing to work, then then my deck is fucked. Who knows? I don't play the fucking game. I just watch some people on TikTok, you know. I just watch some funny guy on TikTok yell, "Sneaky Golem in the pocket!" Hog Rider. True. That shit was fun. Me and my fucking Skarmy, bro. Me and my Skarmy and my Lava... Dude, I was a Lavaloon player, bro. I was a toxic, disgusting, little fucking fraudulent Lavaloon player, bro. When I was grinding mid-ladder... Oh boy, let me tell you. These people could not handle my Lava Loon. I love Lava Hound. 2.6 player. Well, I feel like 2.6 is, I guess, I don't know. I hear it's scummy, but 2.6 always... It seemed to me like a skill-based deck. I feel like Lava Loon is just like... I cheese so many motherfuckers who just didn't have air defense. People just forgot to build air defense into their deck, and I'd just be like, okay. Get epically destroyed. Dude, imagine I hit 6, though. Playing Beatdown is inherently more based than playing Cycle. You'd rather be accused of being a murderer than being a Lava Loon player. I know. I was... Look, I'm not saying it was a good thing. I'm just saying it's what I did. I'm not defending myself. I'm not defending myself here. Lumberloon? I feel like Lava Loon is kind of trash, no? Because Loon sucks. The Loon part of the Lava Loon. I hear like Lava Hound is still like decent. But the Loon, I feel like I never see a fucking Loon. Really is bad though. We'll just play like, I don't know. Bro, like the reason why you play 2.6 is just like Hog Rider. So just play another like Hog Ride Cycle deck, bro. Just play another Hog Rider Cycle deck. You're playing a 2019 deck in 2025. Great, all the Loon are Loon Miner decks. Tragic, bro. I would never want to use a Miner, bro. That's disgusting. I would never want to touch a fucking Miner. Miner feels like a scummy card. I would want to play like an honorable deck. Like a Giant. I think a Giant is an honorable card. A Giant Golem. Golem is an honorable card. Golem is an honorable card. Just a nice, solid, respectable beatdown deck. Is that too much to ask for? A nice, respectable beatdown deck. Okay, that's all I want. No Hog Rider. No Cycle. Just beatdown. Giant Double Prince? I don't know. It sounds honorable. I mean, it's got Giant in the title, right? And Prince is, you know, seems pretty cool. I mean, it was in the game when I played it, so it must be cool. Miner Poison. Oh, brother. This guy uses Graveyard. Giant Prince Lumber, so broken. We gotta bring back Skarmy. Skarmy is the best card. I love Skarmy. It's like my favorite card. Why can't we bring back Skarmy into the meta? Tombstone? Tombstone is not a bad... I don't hate Tombstone. I hear that... I see everybody using Cannon, though, so... I remember back in the day, I thought Cannon was dog water. I thought that shit was pissant. I'm like, it don't even do anything on offense. It's a purely defensive card. What the fuck? Some lame bull... dude, playing Cannon is lame as shit. All it is defense. That sounds boring as hell. Look, I get using a building. But that building better turn some defense into some offense, bro. Is it better than Skarmy? I know, it sucks. Goblin Gang is lame. When they added Goblin Gang, I'm like, knock off Skarmy. Goblin Gang is knock off Skarmy, bro. Give me the OG, bro. Here's what they need to do. They need to we need to have a format where Zap and Log and Giant Snowball are all banned from the game. No more. I want Swarm cards to run this shit, bro. We should just ban all spells. You know what? I'm finished. Ban all spells. Except for Fireball. I like Fireball. Every other spell needs to be banned. That's what we should do. Ban all spells, and then also the only official mode is the football mode. Because I remember playing the football mode and I had a lot of fun. I remember that shit. That shit was really fun. It's all spells are banned except Fireball, and then only playing football. Oh yeah, baby. Rocket Cycle. Oh, hell yeah. Earthquake Cycle. Everybody loves me. Damn, I almost fucked up that level 3, but I managed to save it at the last second. Well, you know what? Give and take, I guess. Run's not dead. Run is dead. I hate level 6. In a magical world where I could hit level 6 as much as I hit level 3, I think I would legitimately cry. I genuinely think the thing that is holding me back from getting to level 11 is my level 6 consistency. I think on Thursday, I'm going to do just like a level 6 day where I only fucking play level 6. I will literally like I'll practice every level for like 10 minutes and I'll spend an hour only playing fucking level 6. It'll be the worst day ever. The funny thing is, I already did something like that. And it helped. So we're just gonna fucking do it again. If I can hit level 6 somewhat consistently, maybe it's not just that I need to get more reps at level 6, right? Because, like, how many times am I actually getting to level 6 on pace? Maybe I just need to hit level 3 more often. Maybe I just need to become a consistency god on level 3. Maybe that's the real secret. Fuck, man, I don't know. I'm just making shit up at this point. To try and justify why this game sucks. Thank God I got a good 4. You've gotta be... I want to cry. This game is so fucking stupid. Oh, I can feel the motivation just fucking seeping from my fucking body, dude. I genuinely don't get it. How do you keep... It just feels like it's just the same walls. Over and over again, bro. I don't know how to fix it. I practice level 3 so much, dude. So much, and it's still inconsistent. I practice level 6 so much, and it's still inconsistent. I practice all these levels hundreds of thousands of times, and it doesn't make a damn bit of difference. That's all I want. Some meaningful visual improvement. Some evidence that my fucking efforts are not in vain, bro. Not hot, but hey, it's good enough. Come on. Just kill me, dude. I hate level 6. I've had 2 times that I've gotten past level 6. One of them was on pace, one of them was like 4 seconds off pace. But even getting past level 6 4 seconds off pace is like enough for me to continue the fucking run. Imagine that, bro. Something genuinely has to change about the way I'm playing this game. And I don't know what it is. Alright, I want to get past level 3, I think at least a couple more times before I call it. Give me like 3, 4 more times. And then we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day. You caught the tail end of a fucking sheep stream, Amelia. It's fucking. This is depressed Red Ball playing sheep because he's just not gotten anything today to be happy about. I just want to not. I want to be able to walk away from this game and not feel like a failure. You know what I'm saying? I want to walk away from this game and say, you are not a bitch. You did not bitch out. I know I will eventually, right? But it's like, the question is, what is eventually, right? What does eventually mean? How many more streams am I gonna do where I'm like fucking pressing, I'm playing level 6 again and again and again with 2 viewers, dude? How many times am I gonna do that shit? With like no end goal. Besides like, I don't know. Maybe getting a sub 3 in the future? How long does eventually mean? If I can't even get past the sub 3, if I can't even get, not even sub 3, just level 3, fuck it. Like, oh man, it is just so endless and frustrating. I don't know what I have to do for consistency on anything. Maybe you'll burn out, I know, but it'll, dude. I'll feel like such a little bitch. And I know I will. And I don't know, like, maybe I just have to reach a level of burnout where I just don't care anymore. But I know right now if I stopped playing, I would feel good, but I would also hate myself. Alright, let's give it a shot. Hey yo, that's the best run we've had all day, actually. Fuck! That's such a thing. Missing level 7 frame perfect is just the worst. Need to show up because of special? No. Don't make a difference. You're great. But at some point... Red Ball is like this really like emblematic thing in my life, you know? It's funny how Red Ball has come around at exactly the right time to define where I feel like I am in my life. I feel like I'm locked in place, like I'm stagnant. And it's because of these certain projects and things that I have told myself are important, are relevant, are definitive, that you need to do these things. These are mountains that you need to climb, right? I've told myself that. These are mountains that you need to climb. and I can't climb them. I can't climb them. I cannot climb the mountains that I need to climb. That is... It's such an interesting experience because it's not something that I've really ever felt before. Stagnation and, like, not only just the way I spend my free time, which is mostly what I'm referring to. My free time is spent in stagnation, but it's like my actual real working life. At least in college, it was like every single time you completed an assignment, it was a step towards the next project, a step towards the end of the semester, a step towards graduation. In real life, there's no promise that the end of the mountain is anywhere close. See, in school, it's nice because the ladder is laid out in front of you. It is step by step. You climb this ladder. You climb every rung, and eventually you'll reach the top. And every step is laid out for you. It's very easy. You know where the stairs are. But you enter this idea of real life, the real world, and suddenly it's like the steps are blurry. I don't know where the next step is. I know it's somewhere, but I don't know where. And it feels like everything is limiting. I'm working at this job that I hate, and it doesn't pay me enough, and it sucks to commute to. And I'm trying very hard to get a new job. Nothing's hitting. I'm playing this game on stream that I'm starting to hate. It's starting to become very frustrating to play, but I keep doing it because I feel like I need to accomplish the goal. I'm editing a video that I hate to edit. That's boring sometimes, really frustrating to edit, but I feel like I need to do it. Mountains in my life that are acting as walls to the other things that I really want to do, but mountains that I've convinced myself that I need to climb. And the question is, are these mountains that I need to climb? Or are they simply barriers that I've imposed on myself to, I don't know, limit myself, lock myself down? And the question I guess I'm asking myself is not like, are they important? Because I think they're very clearly important. But it's like, are these the things that should be important? Are these the things that should be important? I think you're too focused on climbing the mountain and forgot your supplies to the bottom. Maybe. I don't think it's that, though. It's like, when you're climbing a mountain, you can have all the supplies in the world. At some point, you just gotta fucking lock in and take another step. No amount of tools is gonna make you take that next step. It's just so much harder to climb mountains when you don't know where the mountain... When the mountain feels like it's invisible, right? I want to play Red Ball. I want to keep doing Red Ball. I want to keep playing Red Ball. But I don't know where the fucking next step is. I don't know how to improve. Because the step process is improving, getting better, and getting more consistent until eventually I get the run. That's how Red Ball goes. You need food to survive. You need mental health. I am not concerned about my mental health yet. Sounds ominous. But I'm not. I'm seriously not concerned about my mental health. It's not something that is gonna, I don't think, crop up anytime soon. It's like, this needs to be the summer of mountain climbing, I think. This needs to be the summer of mountain climbing. This needs to be the summer where I conquer my fucking mountains. And I move on to new ones. Because if we're not climbing mountains, then what the fuck are we doing? I think climbing mountains is important. It just feels frustrating when it feels like the mountains that you're climbing, you're not... It doesn't feel like you're climbing them, you know? It feels like I'm walking. It feels like I'm taking a step, but I'm just walking in place. I'm sitting up doing jumping jacks, right? I feel the exercise. I feel the burden, the strain of the mountain climbing. But I don't see the peak coming any closer. You're never going to get anywhere? Maybe a little bit. I just think in Red Ball, I just want to see, like, again, I just want to see tangible improvement. It feels like I'm not significantly better than I was like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I feel like I'm the same player. You know? And I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a hardware limit or if it's the way I'm practicing limit, or there's some kind of limit that something that I'm not looking at. Improvement comes through practice, but I've had 2 weeks of practice. I feel like I should be better. You're banging your head into a wall here. I know, but I don't know how to stop banging my head into the wall, right? That's the problem. I don't know the method to stop banging my head into a wall, because fundamentally in speedrunning, there's always going to be a little bit of wall banging, but you have to know that the wall you're banging is like eventually going to be broken. I don't want to bang my head against a brick wall thinking, oh my god, it's going to break any time now. I want to bang my head against drywall where I know I can snap it in fucking half if I try hard enough. I need to know where to bang my head into. And it feels like I don't know what to do. I have 3 hours, three days a week, I have 3 hours to touch this game. 9 hours every week I get to play this game. Only play this game, only focus on this game. How can I maximize those 9 hours? Is 9 hours just not enough? Is 9 hours every week just not fucking enough time of playing this game? To make the kind of progress that I want to make. It is enough? I don't know. Not optimal. 9 hours more. Okay, then help me. Divided by 0, you're the GOAT. Divided by 0, I look up at you. You stand on your fucking high podium, and I am a fucking mere plebeian in your presence. Help me. I am at my wit's end. I don't know what the fuck to do. How the fuck how do I get past this whatever, like, mental roadblock, physical roadblock, whatever roadblock? What do I gotta do? Do I have to sit and practice level 3 for 3 hours? Do I have to practice level 6 for 3 hours? Do I have to say one day I'm just gonna spend 3 hours only playing level 6? If that's what I gotta fucking do, then I will do it. I don't care. I'll do whatever it fucking takes. My streams can't get any more boring than they already are, okay? Don't worry, I'm not worried about content here. I will say some things. I can tell you exactly how I practice. I can tell you exactly the things I do for practice. And I can tell you exactly the levels I feel like I'm having problems on. I can tell you everything. I'm just like, even if it's just a fucking suggestion, I'll take it to the moon, bro. Literally anything that'll get me to do something. I think I just need something different. Something else. I just need to do something else. I don't know. I don't know what something else means. But I just need to, I need to do something else. Because clearly what I'm doing right now is not working. It feels like it should work, right? It feels like what I'm doing should theoretically work. It feels like I'm practicing in my own mind. I'm like, this is the optimal way to practice. But clearly, the fuck, it's not. More visual cues when you do your inputs. You just wing it. Okay. I just need to relearn the fucking game. I'm super down. I'll start with level 2. I'm gonna relearn level 2. I actually stick to that, your consistency will go up. I don't know. I guess that happened with level 7, right? Like, I found, like, some rough visual cues, and my consistency on 7 fucking skyrocketed. Guess level 2 doesn't really need help. Level 3 is... Honestly, the thing I want right now more than anything is just level 6 consistency. If I could sell my soul to get consistent level 6, and I have no idea how to do it. I have no fucking idea. Because it feels like I have done everything I can. Maybe I just need to find a visual cue. No, it's easily the frame perfects. I've spent so long practicing level 6, the ending part is actually just not a problem. For the most part. Sometimes I'll miss it, but that's just like the way it is. If I miss something sometimes, like that's like a fucking meaningless void to me. I don't know how I thought that was perfect, dude. Hold on, I'm gonna quickly bring up the fucking practice mode really quick. I just want to look at level 6 for a second before I end stream. I just want to look at level 6 for a second. I would sell my fucking soul for level 6 consistency. Legitimately, I think that would increase my desire to play this game. You're releasing 2. Dude, I have... Okay, so let me explain to you a little bit about how I play level 6. So... What the fuck? Why did I do this? Okay. So I have two input methods that I use, and I used to use them, and then I used to. Okay, so here's the thing. So if you look at my input display, what I used to do is I used to do this, where I would basically press them at the same time. I'd just go, bam, like that, and that seemed like it was like okay, and then I started doing like that. You see that roll? Where I'd roll my fingers across. And the thing is, both worked. Like when I tap them at the same time, you see it works. But then sometimes when I roll, it also works. Rolling also works. And it's like both of these strategies work. I just don't know like how to make them work consistency. Because like there you go. I press them both at the same time, and then it's like it just doesn't fucking work. Press them both at the same time. No dice. I roll. I got closer. That's a roll. That was too early. And there's just no visual cue at all. I have no idea. Use the offset bars. I would just use the fucking... I don't know how to use that. Just feels like I don't know, like I just feel so inconsistent. Yeah, this is practice. Yeah, I know how to... Dude. It still feels like nothing.
I just got the whole dick.
Thanks for the follow, brother. Sorry for the nothingburg of a stream right now. Well, I'm trying to look at the offset bar and trying to find, like, I don't know. Like, I thought that I found a consistent indicator with, like if I'm just falling off. But I'm just trying to find a way that I can move my fingers in a way to make both the frames line up at the same time. I'll just focus on the first frame. Where is the consistency? It's like when I'm right at the edge. That's the consistency on the first frame. And so it's not... See, I slam them both down at the same time and it just fucking works. I think rolling, it's just... When I roll my fingers like that, it's like... Oh, man. See, I slam them both down at the same time. It just works. This just feels like my fucking keyboard is just has it out for me, bro. Oh no. It just feels like my keyboard just has it fucking out for me. If I end up like calling it a day because it feels like my keyboard is not consistent enough to play this game, I'm so okay with that. If I just say, hey, you know, my keyboard fucking sucks, I can't find consistency. I know I can, but it's a question of, do I want to put in the time? You have to understand Divide by Zero. It's not a question of if I can do it, because of course I can fucking do it. It's the question of how much time do I want to fucking put into this shit to get it? Because it's going to take more time. Damn, it was so consistent for a little bit. Dude, I hate that. I don't know like if it's just my muscle memory, because it feels like I find something that is consistent and it works like 5 times in a row, and then I just keep doing it and then it's not consistent. Because all I'm trying to do is get the 2 fucking dots to line up next to each other. If I can just find a way to get the 2 dots to line up next to each other... Just a little, like a fucking... A movement that makes it consistent, right? Because I can do this part. This part, that's free. And even if I mess it up, I can just do that. It's like, what? I lose, what, 2 seconds? It's like, that's so make-upable. Do I have to... How... I'm pressing early and then I'm pressing late and then I'm pressing early and then I'm pressing late. I've never felt so fucking helpless. Yeah, I know, but it's like there's a big difference in feel when you increase from like 20% consistency to 50% consistency. And then when you go to 50 to 55, it's just if you have to put in the same amount of effort to get from 50 to fucking 70. Like I jumped by 40%, and now I have to put in I have to put in twice the effort to get 20% more consistent. Still feels like shit. It's like, how much more time do I want to spend on this before I just... I know it's not. But there's some truth to what I'm saying. I can just get the first frame perfect, generally. Damn, why does level 6 have to be the way it is, bro? Maybe a little bit, but it feels like in real runs, or at least during real practice, because there's like me like shitting around trying to do anything. Feels like for the most part, I miss the strategy more because of the frame perfects than of anything else. And it feels like half the time, I don't even get a chance, you know? It feels like with the frame perfects, there's so much less room to like improve, I guess. I just rather fuck up in places where it's easier to fuck up. Like that right there, missing that tap jump. It's just so easily fixable. Doesn't help that I'm practicing this like a fucking zombie. Jesus Christ. One thing that I do want to learn is just jump more at the bottom. That's the one thing. I jump way more towards the ramp. Just like jump when you're at the bottom of the pit, just jump, and it's like, I know it's not frame perfect, but it just feels like you get a much more consistently easier launch to control. Like when I launch there, it feels like it's so much easier to get the tab jumps at the end of the... That's one thing that I've been wanting to do. You say that, and I felt that, and then when it comes to real runs, it just fucking disappears. You understand that, right? It's like, it's great now, but what happens when I've got, you know, like... I've got, in real run attempts, every day, I get maybe 6 chances at this. I get 6 chances at level 6. Maybe that's just a problem with my other level. Maybe I just need to do level 3 better. But I don't even know how I would practice level 3 to get better. Relatively, but it's still like... Maybe I just need to do that. Because it feels like my late game is like actually not, like, my late game does not feel bad. Like, I know, like, level 9, level 10 or whatever, but level 7, level 8. Level 7 especially feels good. And then level 8 feels better every day. But it also feels like those levels aren't super hard. Like, level 7 is, like, maybe the easiest frame perfect in the game. And level 8 has no frame perfects. It's just all, you know, movement and timing your shit. Like, I wonder if I look at, like, how many times did I get past level 3? Well, yeah, it is fucking frustrating. It's not that it's frustrating to play because I get that. It's like, yeah, that's just going to be the way it is. It's frustrating to do that and then not feel like when you finally get out of it, it feels like you're not doing, it feels like you're not going, it feels like I'm not going anywhere. That's like the problem. It's not that I hate playing the early levels again and again. Like, that's fine. It's just like I want to feel like I'm making some fucking progress. And it just feels impossible to do anything. And I understand that's like part of the fucking process. Which, ironically enough. But it's just, God, it's so unbelievably frustrating and impossible. It feels like you're walking up a mountain but you're not taking any steps forward. I just want to see, like... So I started full run attempts at, like, 2 hours in. I just wonder how many times I got out of 3. It'll be hard to tell. Okay. I think maybe a minor problem is I've tried to pre-jack my level 2 jump too much. When if I just wait for the bounce... I get it way more often. Who knows, dude? Maybe I just don't know how to speedrun. Maybe it is just a mentality thing, you know? Maybe sub 3 was too hard for a fucking first time baby speedrunner to accomplish, you know? First game I ever tried to legitimately speedrun, and I decided to go for sub fucking 3. What a great choice there, sheep. What was I thinking? I gotta go to bed soon. I gotta go to bed soon. Sub 3 just feel... Well, it's like... Oh, man. I don't know. It's excuses, I know. I know it's excuses, but it's... Okay. Tomorrow, I want to solve level 9. I think that's my goal. Tomorrow? Or sorry, not tomorrow, but on Thursday, my goal is solving level 9. I think level 9 has been too inconsistent for too long. And we're going to figure out how to make it consistent, or we're just going to fucking quit. Because right now, level 9 is, again, it's one of those levels that I just go vibes. And I cannot do vibes, because vibes are not consistent. So I will test out what I can to see what I can do on 9. I hear there's a frame perfect. If I remember correctly, they say that on level 9, if you full hold jump and then you frame perfect jump, you can just hold all the way to the end and you'll always get a good setup for fucking. You can just full hold this and you'll always get a good setup. Fuck it, let's do it right. Let's just fuck around with it right now, just to see what the feels are. I hear it's somewhere around here. I hear it's somewhere around there. And then apparently I'll always get a good setup. Damn. Doesn't feel like a good setup. Hold on, I want to get a save state going. Let me understand how that fucking... I'll understand the frame perfect later, but I just want to get a... Okay, suddenly I want to speedrun this game again. Why am I doing this? I need to go to bed. I have work tomorrow. You need to release jump by a few frames on the top platform. Oh, I probably didn't hold jump all the way. I'll DM you. Look, if you can send me like consistent strategy. Oh, damn, I just fucked up my screen. If you can send me consistency strategies for like I'll DM you. Hold on. I want consistency strategies for like not 3 and 6 are like I know what I'm doing. 7 I know what I'm doing. I need something for 8 so I can always get first cycle. First cycle on 8. 9, 10, 11 is just I don't even trust. That level 11 is never consistent. Hold on, I gotta look up your fucking Discord and username. Jesus Christ. You see? I'm thankful, don't worry. Don't worry, divided by 0. If there's one thing I'm always polite. All right, I gotta sleep. I gotta get my ass to sleep because I gotta work tomorrow. Okay, bye.